Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. This is video 5 in a series of videos where I am creating an October daily. So if you're just joining me now and you've missed the first 4 videos, please check the description box and I'll have all the links there. So I am doing a voiceover on this video simply because I had some allergy issues and I just kept sneezing and I just couldn't help myself. So I thought that's really annoying to listen to, so I'm going to be doing a voiceover here and there on this particular video. So if my hand motions aren't really reflecting what I'm talking about, that's why. So anyway, um, I am starting with page 27, and I pulled out 26 just for a reference, just so the layout will be cohesive. And so what I've done is I've taken the page that I had here before. It was rectangular shaped, and I went ahead and cut it on my silhouette to be this tombstone shape. It's exactly like page number 2 in my journal. So if you're watching the first video, you'll see what I've done. It's even got the same design papers and everything. So you can see on the back there, I have that dark colored inset with the little ghosty hole reinforcers from Elizabeth Craft Designs. And then on the page 27, I've got the little witch hats there. And before I glued those down, I glued the orange mat down. I just really wanted some orange and white to blend in with the previous page. And so I didn't have enough paper to have the chevron going uh, up and down like you normally see it. It's going sideways, which is kind of annoying to me, but I just did not have enough scraps to do it the other way. So that's okay because it's really just a matte and I'm just getting that edge of color there. And so it's good enough. So before I go on to gluing my black photo mat there, I'd just like to invite you guys to subscribe to my channel and join me for my upcoming videos. My next video will be the complete walkthrough of this daily, and I'm really excited about it. It's going to be a huge chunky monkey, but it's okay. It's really fun, and I've been really having a great time doing this. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that photo mat onto the page. It's 3 1/8 by 4 1/8, and so I'll just fast forward really quick. So my original idea was to make this black photo mat a file folder and have the journaling on the inside, the picture on the outside, but I really don't have much that I want to journal with the picture that's going here. So I decided to try something a little different. So what I did is I printed out a picture from Pinterest. It's a picture of some brownies. I want to try and make these brownies, and I just want a little bit of journaling that shows, yes, I liked this recipe, or no, I don't want to make it again. Uh, so what I decided to do was to have the photo on the left. Now I'm going to use my own photo. I just printed this out for reference, and it is a 2x3 photo. And then on the other side, I will add some design paper, and then on that right side as well, I'll add my ephemera and the number for this story or event, and add a little bit of journaling there on that side as well. So what I'm going to do first is go ahead and cut out a couple pieces of design paper and see what I like best there. All right, so now I want to add this piece of chipboard. It's got a lot of solid orange on it, and I think it ties into that page 26 really nicely. And then I also cut another banner piece from the striped paper. And so I'm going to place that next to that masquerade one and just kind of give it that layered look like they're next to each other, kind of one on top of the other one. And so I'll place that one on the right. And then on that one, I want to add my numbers. So I have this ephemera piece from the collection I've been using. And the one nice thing about this ephemera is that some of the pieces had design on one side and kind of blank on the other. And so I'm thinking the blank side with just the orange around the outside will be a nice focal point for my number 27. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that on there and go from there. So at this point, I've also decided that that circle needs a black uh, base or foundation underneath it just to make it stand out a little bit more. So I went ahead and used my circle punch to cut a little bit of a wider circle there. And so I'm just going to glue all that down with the number 27. So what I have in my hand is a small piece of paper with some script on it, and I'm just using this for reference. And my idea was to put yum on the paper if I like the brownies, and something like no if I don't like it. And I think that's going to be a great way to express uh, whether or not I liked this treat or not. And for me, that's kind of the whole point of why I experiment to see whether I'm going to like it or not. So for me, that's going to be just enough journaling for this picture. So now I'm just getting this tabbed sticker from the sticker sheet, and of course it says treat, and I think that's going to be perfect for this page. And so I'm just going to add it to the top left of the photo, and I think it's going to give some much needed orange to the page and give it a little bit more interest. So I have this flower here left over from the previous project, and I think I'm going to put it at the top of the page here. And I like how the striped elements coordinate with the stripes on the previous page, so it just kind of ties everything together. And then I'll go ahead and glue that on when the other side of the page is finished and everything's almost done. So I am not thrilled about how the orange tab looks alone. I think it needs a black outline. So instead of cutting one out and trimming around the tag to get the right shape, I think I'm just going to go ahead and use one of the black tabs from the ephemera and just glue that orange tab on top of it and give it a little bit of that shadowed look. And I do apologize for being out of frame there a little bit, but just wanted to make sure I got that in the right position. So now I want to add this trim. It is a sticky back trim. I got these packages of lace at I think Michael's a few years ago. But anyway, I'm just going to give myself a little bit extra there just so I make sure I get my placement right and give myself a little bit of room there to trim off any ugly looking edges. And then I'm also going to decide whether or not I want it to go all the way across or just across the orange mat. And so I think I decided just to do across the orange mat. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that on. So one more thing I'd like to do is add a Google eye to the center of my flower. So I'm just going to find the right size and get that on there. But I won't actually glue the flower on until after I've gotten most of the pieces on the other side of the page. All right, moving on to 28, but before I get to that, I want to show you this page here. So this is the one that I created in the first video with my letter E. And if you remember, I put the tabs on here to make it a page because I didn't want to poke the holes in the actual square on this one. And then turning it over, to cover up the tabs, I could have used some design paper, but I'm kind of running low on paper, and a lot of what I have is not even 4 inches across. So I wish I would have tried a little harder though, because I'm not 100% sure I'm thrilled with the great big old picture here, especially with the jack-o'-lantern being so bright. It's kind of reddish in color, but anyway, I'd already glued it down, so it is what it is. But I did try to tone it down a little bit by adding this coppery orange trim, and especially because it's going to be setting, and I had not thought about this when I glued it on, and I turned it over and I'm like, oh, I just really don't like that at all. So I needed the orange trim to break it up a bit when you're looking at it from this side. So anyway, so that's my 29. And then for the number, I just used this, and I've used this before, but I've used this washi tape, and I just put it on some white cardstock and punched it with my 1/2 inch circle punch, and just kept it very minimal, very simple. But I do like how the trim is showing on the opposite side. And then I had already punched these out, was going to use them somewhere else, and ended up not doing that. So I thought they'd go perfect here. So I've got my hole reinforcers there. And because I've got the trim around here, I think I'm going to call it good on that. And then this side, I wanted to pull in some of that same pattern. And it is the same pattern, it's just with these journaling cards, the pattern is smaller. So my idea is to add a 2x3 or a 3x3 photo to this page, and I want to have a smaller photo mat. So I have this 3x3 orange uh, photo mat here, and I'm not sure if I'm going to center it like you see here or offset it to the right. I do have a piece of chipboard ephemera that I want to include with the number on it, and so um, I'm thinking that it does look better with the photo mat offset to the right, and then that chipboard piece will balance it out nicely there, and so I think that's the look that I'm going to go for. So the number on the potion bottle is the same as the 29. I just punched the 28 out of the washi tape here, and I just glued that onto the center of the potion bottle, and I think that just came out really cute. And then, oh, and then also you can see on the top here, I've got my ribbons. So I've got this Happy Halloween ribbon that I just got it. I think I just got it at Joann's this year. And then this glitter tulle that came in one of my swap packages. And I've got that tucked in here, and I thought it complemented the bright shiny trim that's on the letter E here. So it just kind of ties that in. And then also I would really like to use this owl. I'm just trying to decide if I want another piece of paper in there just to pop it up just a little bit more. And then So that will go here, and that ties in with the gray on the potion bottle. And then I'm thinking to tie in the gray on the opposite side, I'm going to add this bat here, and I've taken this one off of the chipboard piece. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that one on there. Okay, so that part's done. Well, I guess I can keep that there. Before I glue this on, I think I want to tie in, I'm thinking maybe I'll add more of this so I can tie in that shiny. So I have a little piece left. It's not wide enough, but I don't really want it under the potion bottle anyway, because it'll just make it too thick, be hard to glue down. I have a little bit of this left over. Just going to use it somewhere else. I kind of like that actually. It just kind of ties in with the bow on the top. Yeah, so I think I will glue that on there. So I'll glue that on right there, but I'm going to wait and get my glue gun heated up and stick that down with my glue gun. So that's going to go there. And this, I think I am going to try and add one more layer of paper. I wish you guys could answer me back. I mean, what do you think? Do you think that it needs, I wonder if I should add this trim to the top or if that's just too much. I have a little piece. It kind of gives me an idea what it looks like maybe. I don't know, is that too many layers this way? I don't know. I can't decide. And that's another reason why I am slow, because I am so indecisive sometimes. Like, this really matters. Does this really matter whether I have it on there or not? I don't know. It's like, why am I worrying about these things? Okay, it doesn't want to stay on there for me to look. I'm just going to move that for a minute. See, without that there, that looks good. You know, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it, for heaven's sakes. Are you guys yelling at me through the screen? Saying, just do it already, or don't do it. One of the two. All right, so when I have my picture, I'll go ahead and glue this on. Just want to make sure, you know, I'm not going to be able to get that picture in that corner. And then I'll glue this on, and that'll be done. So October 30th is National Candy Corn Day, which is something I actually just discovered recently. So I decided to celebrate that with some candy corn washi tape. I've got the little hole reinforcers here and some rickrack and a little spider on the top there. And then I've got this cute striped ribbon on the bottom, and I've done the same thing to the opposite side. So I wanted to make a cute little candy corn, and I thought about making this a little booklet and sticking it inside the bag. Um, so I cut this out of my silhouette and I decided to do the Halloween candy corn just to keep it more congruent with the colors um, that I've been using throughout the book so far. And when I stuck that in the bag, it just, I don't know, it just didn't really stand out enough and I didn't really like it. So I decided to stick this on the top of the bag, and then to cover up the unsightly glue, I cut out another one and stuck it on the opposite side. And then the tabs here are just a tab sticker that I got from the sticker sheet. I cut it apart and glued one to each side of the bag, and then cut out some black cardstock in the same shape and size and glued that onto the back just to give this some stability and some weight. And that's pretty much it. I cut my flowers from my little die that I've been using, and then I added the little doodlebug sprinkle in the center there, and then I've got the foam stickers here. And that's all there is to it. So inside of my bag is going to be a folder that opens up and explains a brief history of the candy corn, and I don't know what else is going in there. So anyway, I really like how this turned out, and I can't wait to move on to Halloween Day. So now we come to the last letter. I've spelled Halloween all throughout my book. However, this is not the last page of my journal. Got one more to go after this. But anyway, with this, all I've done is add the little glittered spider. I really thought that little web design needed a spider. And on the back side, I've made this into a pocket. I've added this striped border here on the top of the pocket to break up the design and then to add some sturdiness to the edge of my pocket. I have a sticker that I've made into a prize ribbon by adding these cut ribbon pieces there. And then these are the last of my spider web die cuts. Anyway, in my pocket, I have just a regular tag with this pretty chevron ribbon, and I'm going to add my photo on the back. And then I just have a tabbed insert that I created using a couple pieces of ephemera. And I will do some journaling on this card here. And so the very last page of the book is this envelope. Now originally I was going to use this black one, but when I got my stacked envelope swaps, there was this one in the black and orange. So I asked Leslie, I said, can I reuse this stuff? And she's like, yeah, you were meant to reuse it. So I was so glad I didn't have to worry about, you know, how I was going to embellish this, because I didn't want it just plain black on the top. And this is perfect. And can you believe this? It is the exact same size. Exactly. So this worked out really perfect. So thank you, Leslie. And by the way, you can find her on YouTube at Mermaid Cove Designs. And anyway, I am just so thrilled about this. So what I've done is just added the ribbon trims here, and then I backed this piece of ephemera with the black cardstock, just the same as I did the last envelope, so that you can only see the black sticking out at the top there. And this even already had the Velcro closure. So, I mean, how lucky am I? So I've got some layered ephemera here and a little spider die cut, and these tickets are cut out from this paper, and this is the last of it, my last little piece of ticket paper, and another little spider. And I do have a couple of hole reinforcers on the back, and though this is going to be the perfect base or back to the album, and I'm so excited. It's so fun when you get done with a long project and I'm so excited to be able to fill it. So I would love to have you guys join me for the final walkthrough. So make sure that you're subscribed and hit that notification bell so that you can be reminded of that. And then I would absolutely love to hear your comments. Have you been inspired throughout this series? Is this the kind of project that you would make? And if you have any questions or suggestions, I would love to hear from you. So please leave a comment, and then also um, a thumbs up or that like would be so greatly appreciated. So you guys, thank you so much for watching, and my next video won't be until after Halloween. So until then, you guys have a happy Halloween and be safe out there, and you guys enjoy your Halloween crafting. All right, catch you guys next time. Bye.